All right, we're going to do some little fun, quick and easy hats for these pumpkins, and we're going to make them light up. All right, so I'm Vicky with the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Let's come ahead. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. So I got these from the Dollar Tree. We're just going to take one at a time here. I'm going to do multiple, probably. All right, so probably going to take off the handles, but this is going to be really quick and simple, easy craft. Well, almost easy. You're going to need an X-Acto, and I recommend putting a fresh blade on this. This is definitely not for little people. Definitely not for some adults even, because it can get a little bit much. But you want to take your X-Acto and cut the eyes and the mouth and the nose, and you cut them out. Also, you want to go ahead and you want to cut the rim of your pumpkin a little bit larger. And the only reason I say that is because if you try and stick a candle, this is the candle from the Dollar Tree, it doesn't go in, but it goes in, surprisingly, it's kind of weird, it goes in if you put it upside down. So it just means they taper a little bit, but in order to get it into the pumpkin itself, you want to go ahead and just trim a little off the edge. And I already, to pre-plan some of this, I already did that. And along with that, I also, see, you can dump your candle in there. We're also going to take the pumpkin in the Waverly chalk paint and paint our pumpkins, and that's why he's like a dull look versus the shiny, is because he's been painted in the chalk paint. Now, to make this a little bit more detailed and extra and all the things, you can actually, on the inside of this, go ahead and get like black napkin or a black tissue paper, and you can glue it on the inside, and then it will be black on your face if you want to go ahead and if you want that black look. Otherwise, I mean, I think I'm going to leave mine out just because, I mean, so you can see the candle inside, and I'm okay with that. I like being able to see the candle inside. Totally okay with that. From here, to keep this super simple if you want to, I've got these hats. I believe they were at Hobby Lobby one year. I don't know if you can still get witches hats anymore. Look around. I think you can, but these are kind of cute, and they can fit on top. Although I don't like it, it's a little cheesy, it's extra glittery, and it doesn't quite fit like I really want it to. But this would look really cute on like a really small pumpkin, because you want the brim to kind of hang over a little bit. So what we're going to do is also, actually before I jump into that, we're going to go ahead and I'll take the handles off of these before I forget. And then we are also going to paint in a top-notch color. And this is just dark acrylic paint, just to make it a little darker. And again, I have already done this as well. So this is just the pumpkin in the chalk paint. And then now we've got the pumpkin painted it's got this coat, and then it's got the dark orange acrylic paint on top of it, which I actually kind of like that a little bit better. But you can do extra painting on this if you want to. Like I said, this is going to be an extra quick and craft. We're just going to take this is air dry foam clay. That's what I've kind of been using as my go-to for a lot of things. If I don't have things available to me, I make them out of clay at this point. Normally I would probably make a fabric hat, but I don't feel like sewing today. And I got this clay anyways. Just need to massage our clay out. Need the air bubbles out. kind of get some of the moisture out of it too. That way it dries good. All right, super easy, super simple. What we're going to do, super easy. We're just going to take our clay, like so. This is probably about, I believe, about an ounce or so. And you want to make a cone. You want to make a cone shape, right? So we want to make a cone shape like so. And you can roll it a little if you want. So basically, this is your pumpkin, and you want your hat to be on your pumpkin. So after you kind of got like a squiggly cone shape, you just kind of pinch it out. And we're just going to flatten it out because we want our hat to have a brim, just like a witch's hat. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick. So find that happy medium. And you can make this as tall or short, as pointy and straight as you want. I like mine a little crooked. How cute is that, right? I like it to be a little bit long and floppy, and that, you know, this is air dry foam clay. It will actually shrink on you. So just a heads up on that. It will shrink. So the bigger you make it, think of it as only getting partly that size. It won't stay that size because it will shrink. So you want it to be a little bit extra. Right, I like it. That looks awesome. Okay, so now I've got the hat going. I've actually got one that I already had drying. So voila, this one is already dried. I did this one like earlier in the day. The thing I like about this foam clay is it's kind of squishy, but it's not to where if you touch it, it's going to sink and like rip or whatever. I like that. I really like that. We're just going to take our tacky glue and put a little, I want a little brim on this hat. I've got some orange twine. This is from Hobby Lobby. You can only get it around the fall time, but you get 10 yards of it on a spool, so I recommend actually getting a couple of them. I like to use them also around Easter as well, so that's just kind of a tip on that. Just kind of give their hat a little bit extra. And then the very last thing we want to do, because why not? These are little mini spiders. These are from Walmart from a couple years back. I got like 100 of them in here. I'm still using them. Just a little mini spider. And he's just going to sit up on top of his hat there. And we're just going to glue him on to make sure he stays where he's supposed to. And there we go. We got our little pumpkin with our light. You can see your light up inside there. We just set the hat on top. right, there we go. We've got our light up little pumpkin. These would look really cute if you put them like in a little window. Your tier tray would look really cute with your tier tray. Super cute, super easy, really fun. Just be careful when you're using your X-Acto knife to cut the face. If you don't want to cut the face, go ahead, don't cut the face. Just don't put a candle in it, and he can just be a pumpkin with a, with a hat. Like, totally up to you. I would recommend painting them, just because it may be a little fun to paint them different colors. You could totally do that as well. All right, keep on coming back for some more at the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Happy crafting.